Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
Lib Future TV, giving voice to progressive Liberians, speaking about politics, entertainment, and local news.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Lib Future TV. This is our Monday broadcast. I want to welcome all of you there in the homeland. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have a really good show today. As you know, last week we had Mr. Alexander Cummings, one of what I would like to call one of the most successful Liberians in our generation. And he gives some very insightful views into how he got to where he is, and just kind of poured out knowledge of what young people can do to achieve that. He also dabbled into politics. As you know, he's a politician. He's the political leader of the Alternative National Congress. And so he talked a little bit about that and gave his opinions on the political status in the country and what his intentions and hopes were for 2029. So we did that. Watch out that that show is actually on our YouTube channel, and very shortly we'll be putting that show on our on Facebook as well as subsequent shows. So if you miss any show here, please go to our YouTube channel. You can get it there. But we are on every Monday at 7 p.m. Liberian time, bringing you quality shows, quality programs. With that being said, I'd like to introduce one of my co-hosts today, Miss Lavetta Davis. Lavetta, how are you doing today?
I'm okay.
Awesome. That's good. How is Liberia? Can you give us a little update on what's been going on in the country, in the city?
Okay, so let me bring you. Let me say good evening to our viewers around. From where it is already in the evening. So let me bring you to this trending news update from Liberia. Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency under fire. Conflicting reports spark throw into confiscated cash. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency is facing scrutiny after leaked audios and documents revealed conflicting accounts of a cash seizure during a drug bust at Bowater South border. Arrest 18-year-old Bobakar Jallo caught with tramadol on February 19, 2026. Controversy. 3 Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency reports gave different cash amounts: $100,000 United States dollars and $150,000 United States dollars. Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency claimed $150,000 United States dollars deposited at the Central Bank of Liberia pending investigation. Cummings gains momentum as Liberians look for change. The growing discontent. Wow, sorry, just left.
Oh wow. Okay, just go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Cummings gains momentum as Liberians look for change. The growing discontent with the current government has sparked renewed interest in Alexander Cummings, a seasoned administrator and reformer, as a potential candidate for the presidency. Cummings, with his unique roadmap for transforming Liberia's various sectors, is gaining attraction among citizens seeking change and improved governance. Liberians from diverse backgrounds are voicing their discontent with the ruling United Party-led government, citing unfulfilled promises made during the 2023 elections. In a recent interview, the concerned citizens expressed their frustration and vowed to vote out the current administration administration led by the Unity Party. Ghanaian ambassador condemns killing for Liberian in Ghana. Ghana's ambassador to Liberia, Godwin Valentin Amazon, has expressed regret over the brutal murder of 26-year-old Liberian Austin Timber, who was killed in a mob attack at his at an apartment complex in Lashibi, Ghana on February 2026. NAMOD questions peace building appointments at ministry. NAMOD Partners for Democratic Development is seeking clarification on appointment within Liberia's Ministry of Local Government, questioning the legality of positions such as Deputy Minister for Peace Building and Assistant Minister for Peace Building. The civil society organization argues these roles aren't explicitly mentioned in the amended act establishing the ministry, sparking concerns about governance and accountability. 3 vehicles collision in Whiteplain leaves 1 dead, 2 injured. A train collision with a vehicle in White Plains, Liberia has left 1 person dead and 2 others seriously injured, prompting an investigation by the Liberian National Police. The incident occurred late Tuesday, March 3, when the vehicles attempted to cross the roadway track and were hit by a Moravian-bound train. Police are looking into the incident. Liberian women marched for equality on International Women's Day. Hundreds of women gathered at the Samuel Kanyado Sports Complex in Monrovia on March 6 to mark International Women's Day, advocating for gender equality, women's leadership, and protection of women and girls. The event, organized by the Ministry of Gender, Children, and Social Protection, featured a colorful march and celebration with participants wearing purple and white to symbolize dignity, justice, and unity. And Indian community celebrates Holy Festival in Liberia. The Indian community in Liberia hosted a colorful Holy Festival celebration at the ambassador's residence in Single, Monrovia on Saturday. The event drew a diverse crowd of diplomats, government officials, and guests who enjoyed cultural performances, music, and traditional color showing. The Embassy of India to Liberia organized the vibrant event. Those were the latest updates.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lavetta. Thank you so much. And look, LIB Future TV is going to come to you and bring you the reality on the ground in Liberia, the reality of what our people are experiencing. And nothing here will be sugarcoated. So as we speak to you right now, our local anchor in Liberia has experienced power outage, and that is just a reality. That is just a reality of my people. And so as you watch, if you notice, her box there is dark and she's kind of in the shadows. That's because she's experienced some outage. We talked about this. One of the things we talked about during the rainy season, everybody was so encouraged with what she's doing, and we're giving praises to our new managing director. And here we are in the dry season again. We got load shedding, and every single occupant, every single citizen in Liberia right now is struggling with this, especially during the dry season when it is the hottest and it really is the most demand for electricity. But we will get to that. We will get to that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lavetta.
I'll rejoin you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your update. Join us back and we will discuss all those things. Thank you, Lavetta.
All right.
I'd like to welcome my co-host here, Mr. Siliki Kroma. Siliki, how are you doing today, sir? You are muted. There you go.
Yes, doing great. And greetings to you too. Greetings to Jefferson in the studio there in Liberia. Greetings to all of our listening audience through the radio and that of the social media page. We want to welcome you to another great week of the LIB TV show here on live or on Care Radio. So we're looking forward to a great conversation today. Uh, as usual, good to be here and looking forward to a great interaction where we can be able to inspire Liberians listening to us both home and abroad. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sidiki. Thank you. Jefferson, our producer today. Um, how are you doing in Liberia, sir? Not sure if he can hear me, but that is okay. We will definitely discuss with him. We are here for a little while, so we'll definitely discuss with him.
Jefferson, are you getting us?
There might be
Oh,
something with the network. I'm guessing there's something with the network because his picture looks frozen right now.
oh,
Yes, so I'm guessing there's something with the network. But to our people out there who are following, we say welcome again. Welcome to the show. We appreciate you. Please share the show, and let's get this going. Today we have a very exciting show for you. We are going to be interviewing a very, very special lady. Okay. I like to say she is the brain behind this endeavor and this venture. And so we're going to be getting into what came about, what is this all about, and what are the hopes and aspirations of this network that we've all started here today. So with that being said, there's a break, and I am not currently monitoring the local radio. I usually do. I'm not currently monitoring the local radio right now. So we'll give them a few minutes here to rejoin, because we want to make sure that our audience in Liberia also get to meet our proprietor. So for now, Siki, let's just for a few minutes here, okay?
mhm.
What last week we had Mr. Cummings on, and he dropped some serious knowledge here.
Wow.
Yeah, man. What's your take? What's your take on the Cummings interview? Man, the whole week I was receiving calls. The whole week, my phone has never been that busy.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was a great interaction actually, but I think one of the key take from that interview that I saw a lot of people, in fact, Cool FM in Liberia, they created a flyer with a quotation of what Mr. Cummings shared here during our interview, and that was circulating all around social media, where he spoke about wishing this administration well, and even if it makes it difficult for him to win the presidency, that's okay because it's going to benefit the Liberian people. So that's something. But Mr. Cummings has been making a statement for a very long time, and Liberians, we just want to let you know that look, you have to listen and you have to take away the partisanship because we know everybody kind of affiliated, political parties in Liberia. But if you look at the current condition of our country, we don't actually have to be loyal to political parties. We have to listen. This man has been saying this all throughout President Weah turn during the CDC regime. Mr. Cummings, whenever he had a press conference, he would wish the government well and even make a statement like, look, even if it's difficult, like when the government perform well, it makes it difficult for us to win the election. That's okay because when you do that, you lifting the bar, and then that means Liberians will benefit because there will be an impact on our lives, and that's the goal. So I saw a lot of people running around with that, but again, yeah, I was kind of I was happy that yes, even though they didn't give us credit, but at the end of
I
the
know,
day,
right? They get credit. Oh. They acted like we
no,
do nothing.
yeah, they didn't give us credit.
Wow.
I saw it on a blog. They say Mr. Kumo was having interview with Kia radio journalists, and that's how you mean that's how I say look at it. Yeah, but the most important thing is the message, and I think this is resonating with the Liberian people. Yesterday again, I had an interview with Lofa Julius and Mr. Kishan right here on the Kia radio. And he's very consistent. Almost everything he told us is the same message, and maybe in future interviews to come, it's going to be the same message. So it was a great interview. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I just realized it. I just realized you don't put never give credit. Don't put never give us credit. That's not okay. But that's okay. Future TV is coming with even more. And we'll force you to give credit because setting that account, you'll have no other choice but to give us credit.
Absolutely.
We have a line up. We have a line of when I share our roller decks with you, when I share our just see the people coming. We have a line up of who is who in Liberian politics, who is who in
Yeah.
Liberian business, who is who and who in the Liberian diaspora. We have a lineup of people that are coming. They're going to come with intricate conversations, with serious things for Liberian people. So not only will you listen, but you'll be forced to give us credit.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we'll continue with our show. We'll move forward. Like our president can say, what you can say, sir? What is it? One monkey can start show. And I'm probably get tall. The Bible wait there. The Bible wait there when I bring for the vote for him first. Soon as the president, he gets giving it tall. One monkey can start show. Yeah.
People go on making land.
Oh, I'm making any more land. I come into my land from you. Yeah, but if I get told, he can get to this in the Bible, they put that for them for him. That way he can look for and he just give it to them like that. Yeah. But anyway, with that being said, I want to encourage you guys to please share the show. Share the show, please, and let's get it started. We have our guest today, and we'll be bringing her on. She will be introducing herself, and we'll be getting into the discussion of Liberia Future TV. So, with much further ado, here we go. We'll bring on Catherine. How are you? How are you this afternoon here in the diaspora and evening in Liberia?
Hi, hello everyone. Happy Women's International Month. Is it Women's International Month, right?
International Women's Month.
International Women's Month. Happy to all the women out there, all the hardworking mothers, all the hardworking women. Happy International Women's Month. I'm doing good in Atlanta.
Awesome. We'll give you this month. We'll not ask for our own month. We'll not say that we don't have a month. We'll not say anything. We'll just be quiet. We'll just be quiet and safe.
Yes.
We'll be quiet and safe. Congratulations to you and all the inspiring, hard-working women out there.
Yes.
That are carrying us. Okay.
Yep.
We acknowledge you. We see you. We know what you guys do, even though we don't always say it, but we appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate you, and we look forward to more that you guys can do to affect the lives of Liberians, okay, and the future of Liberia.
Yes. We
Go right ahead.
Yes, we celebrate this month for all the market women, for all the women working hard in Liberia, in government, out of government, nurses, teachers, all of the mothers, all of the women in Liberia, the prayer mothers, the grandmothers. We just want to say thank you for all your hard work and all of your support and all of your love and all of your wisdom.
Absolutely. And I would be remiss to not be able to mention. First, I'll start with my grandmother. Because my grandma by my mom. She born my mom before we come to the Oma. Yes, my grandmother. My profession is in healthcare. And that was inspired by my grandmother. I grew up knowing my grandmother to be a nurse, and the compassion she had for her patients, and just how she loved what she did. It wasn't even like a what you want to call it. It wasn't even like a job, For her, it was a lifestyle. She really took it on, And so every time I would go out there You
Hmm.
know, to be a healthcare worker, I will always remember that. I always try to build that into it. So big ups to my grandmother. She's not with us anymore, but her legacy lives on in her grandchildren, her great grandchildren, and of course to my hardworking mom. Who continue to tell me, oh, you've done enough. I say, no, I ain't even started yet, Uma. So, yes, but that's enough about it. Who is Catherine Gibson?
I think mostly deep down is I'm an advocate. Um, I'm a lawyer by trade. I own several businesses. I'm a mom. But I think what I do is advocate for people. I've always been the one who, if my friends and I were together, um, you say something to me, I don't care. But oh, don't say anything to my friend. You say something to my friend, you have to hold me back. Yeah, I grew up in New York, and born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens. But both of my parents are Liberian. My father is from Kipamas, Maryland County, Gribble Man. My mom is from Addington, and my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, is from Flela in Bond County. So I grew up in a Liberian church in New York. My first pastor was Reverend Charles Martin. And I remember going to Sunday school. He would always say, "Hey, strawberry shortcake." That's where I learned to love Liberians. And during our church days, we didn't have that separation. There was no, this person is from Nimba, this person is from Bonk. It was just Liberians all together in church. So growing up, we grew up in Queens, and my house was a house where all my friends would come to eat, because people love Liberian food.
Yeah.
And my mother would say, "Oh, I'm not going to put too much pepper because Kathy's friends are going to be here to eat." So just growing up in New York, in East Elmhurst, where Malcolm X had a home. His house was fire burned in 1965 in my neighborhood. So we have a deep, deep history of advocacy in that neighborhood. Louis Armstrong grew up there. Elmcore, the largest Black-led, founded nonprofit, is in East Elmhurst. We have just a long history of advocacy and civil rights in that neighborhood, and I grew up there, knowing how to speak up for myself. And then later on, went to college, law school, and ended up in Atlanta, which is another civil rights area, strong civil rights area. So advocacy is very important to me. And when I first got to Liberia, I said, oh, wow, this is something, this place has a lot of opportunity and a lot of room for advocacy.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Hopefully, here we'll relink with our people in Monrovia, and we'll be able to move forward with that. So let's talk a little bit. Now we've gotten to know a little bit about Catherine Gibson, how like who she is, um, and just the fact that you've informed us that you are a lawyer, it says a lot. It says a lot. It brings the picture together, for at least for me. It brings the picture together. Why we are here. So what brought about this? Where did this dream come from? Where did LIB Future TV? Where was this born? What birthed this?
LIB Future TV came about because, when after I started practicing, I studied political science and communications in college, and I decided I wanted to go see the world. So I traveled all over, went to Asia, went to South America, went to Europe, went all as far as Australia, all throughout different countries. And when I got to Mumbai, India, I said, if I can navigate India, I can navigate Liberia. I can try, because India is a place where we have to hold your bag in the front of you, Saliki. You can't put your book bag in your back. You know, you have to walk like you walking in 1980s Manhattan. You know, you cannot walk the streets of Mumbai. Just, you know, you have to be aware. There's pickpockets. There's people that are looking at you. They're sizing you up to see how they can get your watch or your wallet. So I figure if I can navigate Mumbai, I can navigate Monrovia. I've never been, but I always heard stories. And my grandmother had passed during COVID, and I didn't get a chance to go to her funeral. I was very close to my grandmother, so I wanted to see, you know, go to her grave, and I wanted to see Liberia for myself. You know, I was hearing about it from different people, but not seeing it for myself. So got up and got there, and that was when they were just ripping us off with that COVID thing, right? You know, they they were just taking money from us on that COVID. So going this place, you got to show your test, you got to take another test, you got to pay for this and all of that, you know. And I had never been to an airport like that where people just keep asking and seeing if you can give them something small, something small, something. And I've been through a lot of airports. So after I got out, I couldn't believe it too. It was like a whole bunch of people hanging around the airport like this. And I'm like, this is not welcoming for tourists. And, you know, the get out of the airport is pitch dark. It's pitch dark, and the streets have like potholes and construction. It's not safe at all. So immediately I'm like, this country needs a lot of work. And I was asking people what is going on, because I've never been to a country like this before. I've been to Morocco, Oman, I've been to Malaysia, Singapore, but all these different countries, at least when you enter the country, they make it seem welcoming and safe for the tourists. But I was so confused. And after that, that's when I started paying more attention to the systemic issues in Liberia and why things are the way they are.
Okay. All right. All right. I will point this out because I'm shocked. You have a Liberian accent. I don't know
Hmm.
if you know. Yes, you do. You have a Liberian accent, which is wild. It is wild. Wow. Okay. All right.
Well, you know, when your father said, Kati, come here, sit down, come here, you know, your parents talk to you in that Liberian accent all your life. So, yeah, you can pick it up. You can fake it, you know, at least you can try to fake it
Uh-huh.
small. Yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. Okay, all right. It's amazing. I mean, just now. I mean, I'm getting to know you, you know, even more, and I'm listening to you, and I'm like, wow, okay, because yeah, she has a Liberian accent. Well, okay, I'll turn it over to Sidiki. Sidiki, do you have a question for Catherine?
Yeah, sure. I have a question, but before that, I just want to say thank you to Miss Catherine for this platform. You know, providing this platform for us where we can be able to come to educate, inform. You know, just being able to make a difference in our country. This means a lot, and to keep this going is going to require all of us effort. The fact that you took a bold step to start this out is something we want to thank you for. You know, especially connecting with people in Liberia, you know, working with different radio stations or different grouping to kind of coordinate, record videos. You know, we see Lovetta coming on here giving us daily news in Liberia, what's going on there. You know, that's all your own personal idea, and this is a sacrifice you are making to see your country to where you want it to be. So, I want to say thank you for that. You know, so my question has to do with because now most of the time we see platform coming up, and the difference here is that this one is not in election time, because when election come around, then where you see different political talk shows or platform people creating it, you know, for political reasons. But now we have about 4 years to election, so we can say it's because of the election this idea was put together. But what is your vision like? How far do you want to see this project go? You know, maybe you can share that with us. Is it something like, you know, maybe after 2029 we put an end to it, or is beyond 2029? The fact that it's now election time, this was put together, so it shouldn't be after the election. It should be put to an end. So, what is your vision for this platform?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of platforms in Liberia. Some of them I feel like they are sponsored by either one party or another party. They have a, you know, funding behind it, and it affects what's discussed on the show. It affects what the people are saying on the show. And I just felt that we needed to have a platform where people could hear the truth and speak the truth, and we could all talk about the Liberia we all want to see, the future Liberia that we want to see, and not just complain about it, but address some solutions for what we want to see. I think we all want to see Liberia better education, better schools, better hospitals, better roads, more jobs. Um, and we all know how to get there. We just need to continue to have the conversation and open the lines for the callers to call in and as well. And so, no, this platform not just for the election. We want to see Mr. Cummings elected. If he is elected, we still will be on here saying this is happening. We want to see this. This is not happening. We want to see that. We'll continue to talk about the things in the country and analyze what has to be done to fix the country. So, this is not something where it's just going to go away because of the election. No, but I think this is a platform where we speak the truth. We have no funding from no Unity Party people are not funding us, or CDC people are not funding us, ANC people are not funding us. We are just here to speak the truth.
That's great. Great to hear that. And again, before I go to the Mr. Padmo, I want to know, like, because to put something of sorts together is because a lot of people, they just see the success of hard work, but they don't get to see the challenges people face at the back to reach to where we are. So, what were some of the challenges that you face, in putting this together to reach out this far? And are you also prepared for future challenges, as we go along the way? Because it's, as I mentioned earlier on, it's not going to be an easy task, because if we want this to be a bigger one, that means all of us have to put in the effort, the hard work, and recognizing the fact that we are all doing it for the sake of our country. So, what are some of the challenges that you face when you're putting this idea together?
Well, Saliki, my whole idea in life is to start. You just have to put one foot in front of the other and start. No, it won't be perfect. No, it's not always going to be, easy. It always becomes harder than you imagine. But if you start, then if it's God blessed, it will come together. If it's not, it won't. But at least start. And so, Nehemiah started. He didn't have the money to build the wall. He didn't have the people to help him. All he did was go to the king and say, I really want to build this wall. And then the king gave him a letter. Next thing you know, he was building a wall. People were helping him. So starting this was the same way. I just said, I see other people who are doing it. Let me call them. So I called Mr. Kishen, and he gave me information on how to start. And then from that information, I reached out to people I knew in Liberia, and they introduced me to reporters. And then from there, I received information from other young people that I work with in Liberia. And they gave me some information. Then I reached out, and Mr. Kishen introduced me to Saliki, and then Michael Padmore came, and then others came. So we brought each other together. The challenges, of course, is that, I'm in the middle of my work day. You all are in the middle of your days busy. So that's a big challenge. The time difference in Liberia is challenging as well. Liberia has a lot of challenges with electricity and, you
Uh,
know, internet. All
yeah.
of those things are challenges. But nothing in life is easy. If it's worth it, it's not easy. So you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing through. And if I don't have time on this day, Saliki hopefully will have time. If Saliki doesn't have time, Michael Patmore will have time. Dr. Pearson will have time. Others eventually will come on and have time. Like Michael said, once the platform starts getting going, we're going to have more people coming on the platform, and they will not be able to ignore this platform. So at the end of the day, yes, everything has challenges, but Liberian people are worth it. We are worth it. So we just have to know that we are worth it and we deserve better, and we have to work hard for it and do the best that we can to get a better life for our fellow Liberians.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, you can take it from there. You are muted, Mr. Palmer. You are muted. You are muted.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Catherine, and thank you, Sidiki. But Catherine, so where do you what's your dream for this network? Where do you want to see it go? Now that we've planted, where do you want to take this?
Oh, I want this network to be all over Liberia. I want people in Grand Jide and Grand Bassa and Bapalu, all over Liberia, to hear it and to be able to call in and contribute. And say, this is the Liberia we want to see. This is what we deserve. A lot of times, I think Liberians, they don't necessarily think they deserve better. It's almost like I hear this. We get in there small, 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 small. They're trying. The people are trying. You know.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, they're taking $50 million out of your budget. No, they're not trying. They're tricking you to take your money. When I was when I was little, my father came home with this big TV. He was so excited. I paid $50 for this TV, Cathy. Open the TV box, bunch of rocks.
what?
Bunch of rocks in the box. And I said to him, they trick you because you thought you were getting a deal and you were paying this small amount. And now you got a bunch of rocks in a box. That's the same way they come to you with their t-shirt and their hat. Well, what did they do? Muya, 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 muya. You know, and
Hmm.
they give you a cup of rice or a bag of rice or small thing in your hand, and then they get your vote. And after that, they get $50 million a year in the budget for a bag of rice. That's what you gave up. So I want our people to start to realize they're better than a bag of rice and a hat and a t-shirt. They're better than that muya 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 muya. They're better than that. They deserve schools, electricity, roads, bridges, jobs, healthcare. That's what they deserve. And I want people from Grand Bassa to Grand Cru, from Nimba to Cape Mount to hear this station and contribute, call in, join us.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I just want to rejoin my people here. We're having forgive us, people. We're having some technical internet difficulties. That's Monrovia, Liberia. You guys know how it is over there. But we will continue to move forward, and we'll continue to encourage you to share the show and to continue listening as we continue our interview here with our proprietors and the brain behind Liberia Future TV. Catherine, like I know, like every other, and you've kind of hinted on it a little bit. Like every other Liberian, I'm sure you have an opinion about the current status. of the country, whether it's the children, whether it's the women, or whether it's even the men. Um, I mean, let's hear yours. What is your opinion about the country right now, the current status of the country?
Well, I started to pay attention to the 2023 election very closely. And during that time, I became aware of the different candidates in the race. It was Terwon Gonglo, Sarah Beslow, Yanti, Alexander Cummings, Clarence Moniba, Joseph Boakai, George Weah. And I listened to all of them. I researched all of them. I looked all of them up and listened to what they would say whenever they would say things. So some of them would not speak that much. Some of them would speak more than others. But I started to listen in, and clearly to me, without any competition, Alexander Cummings was the best candidate to change Liberia. There, I mean, anybody can challenge me if they want. There is not a more successful living Liberian right now in the area of business, in the area of finance, in the area of jobs for Liberia. That's what Liberia needs: jobs and a better economic system. I don't think there's a living Liberian who has done more out of his own pocket or out of his resources, the relationships that he leveraged. I don't think there's another Liberian that has done more for him, for Liberia. Um, and his ideas and how he explained how he would do it was very clear. He wrote it out so I could read it, and he also spoke about it every time. Uh, there were others in the race I thought that were good. Tawon Gonglo, but he was more on the legal side. Sarah Beslow, but she was more on the foreign side. Uh, the Clarence Moniba, I didn't think that he was as qualified as Alexander Cummings. So I did not think that. In fact, George Weah had done interviews where he said, "I'm not an economist. I don't know. I don't know about that stuff." Like, he admitted it. He said, "I'm not an economist. I don't know about that stuff." So he was honest to tell you, "I don't know how to bring jobs or generate revenue or read budgets or any of that. That's not what I do." And then there was Joseph Boakai, and he was just 80 something years old. God bless him. The energy is not there, and the know-how is not there for this type of world that we're living in. So I just looked at all the candidates. I said, okay, Liberians have to select Alexander Cummings. And then that's when I saw the politics kick in. The Liberian politics is just juicy, and it's just always something happening. The misinformation, the disinformation, the regional, the tribal, the Congo versus country, and you have the book, you don't know book, all of these things come in, and next thing you know, uh Mr. Cummings is fighting on defense, and the Unity Party people are, you know, delivering some of the best propaganda, out there. And so at the end of the 2023 election, I did not see where the Unity Party was going to be able to perform, because again, leadership is important. It's not just about hiring people who may know how to do the job, but you need leadership. And I knew that Joseph Boakai was not going to be able to lead Liberia for any real change or rescue Liberia. And sure enough, before the inauguration, they were already talking about him taking money from the retirement fund to buy cars.
Yes, yes.
And in business, when you hire people, you give them 90 days, Saliki. 90 days, 90 days to show you what kind of employee are they going to be? And usually you can tell in the first 90-day probationary period if that employee is going to be a good employee or they're not going to be a good employee. And before Joseph Boakai even took office, they started going into the retirement people's fund to buy cars. That will show you they don't have the priority straight. And so I knew right then and there this was just going to be the same old, same old. Nothing has changed. Liberia is going to struggle for the next 6 years until they make a decision that will benefit themselves and not this few people at the top.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Wow. You kind of put everything just in a real good nutshell. Just from one scope all the way to the other on the status of Liberia. And it's amazing seeing it coming from you because it's almost like you are inside, but it seems that you are standing outside, kind of observing. I've been in politics for a while, and it was very refreshing for somebody who's not in politics to actually view it, and see what most of us see when it comes to Liberia. So I really appreciate that just now. It was very, very clear for our audience and us on where we are in Liberia. Um, with that being said, let me ask you, what what would you say to Liberians today that are listening to you, just concerning their country, their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations, and where they are right now, um, and what they're capable of? What would you say to Liberians?
So for Liberians, I would say it this way. I remember I got one of my first jobs was a bank teller. I was like 17 years old. I was a bank teller, and they train you, and then they put you on the window yourself. First day, I was by myself on the window, and this man came up and he said, "Can I have $100 bill?" And he gave me 10 tens. So I took I scooped the 10 tens up and I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I put it in my drawer and I put the $100 in the thing. And then he said, you gave me a 10. So I took the 10 and I gave him another 100 and I put the 10 in my drawer. And that day, my first day, I came up $90 short. I was $90 short in my drawer. I was crazy looking for that money. I couldn't find that $90. I looked through every transaction I did that day. Couldn't find that $90. And then I told my manager I had changed $100 for 10 tens. And she said, "Oh, Larry got you." I said, "Who is Larry?" She said, "Every time Larry sees somebody new on this window, he come and he gets them." I said, "But why do y'all keep letting Larry in the bank? If you know Larry is going to trick me, why you keep letting Larry in the bank?" So she said, "Well, we can't stop people from coming." I said, "No, no, 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 you can't do that." And because I complained to them, they changed the policy. You cannot, if you don't have an account, you cannot get change.
Mhm.
So Liberians, you keep letting Larry trick you. Okay. Every election, they come with the same song and dance. They come with their bag of rice, they come with their little handouts, they trick you, and then 6 years you get nothing for it. So my advice to Liberian people are stop voting for people because you just love the man. Oh, I just love him. I just love him. Hey man, I just love him. No, think about what can this person do to change your situation, your circumstance. So when I got to Liberia, I went to Mamba Point, and I said, Mamba Point looks like Cartagena's de Indias, which is in Colombia.
Okay.
Colombia makes so much money every year from tourism, from people wanting to see that view. And it looks just like Mamba Point. I mean, Mamba Point is beautiful. So we're not selling ourselves. We're not selling ourselves to the world. And I thought about it. I said, Liberia has everything it needs. It has resources, right? You have gold, diamonds, not small resources. Or
Yep.
you know, you don't have small resources. You got gold, diamond, you got timber, rubber. Then you don't stop there. You still got more minerals. You still got land, agricultural land. So Liberia is rich. But the middle people, they're the ones that holding this process up because they benefit from you not having access to your resources. So I would say think for yourself. Stop waiting for Mr. Cummings or somebody else to come around and give you a t-shirt and a hat. Start talking to your neighbors now and saying, "Do you like the fact that the lights keep cutting off? Do you like the fact that we have to pay for internet by the day? You're paying for internet by the day. I had a meeting with someone, young person, and he says, "Sis Catherine, when you cancel that meeting, I had bought minutes for my phone and I couldn't use them." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yes, because I buy my data. You have." I said, "No, we don't do that. We just pay one price every month. We have internet 24 hours, 7 days a week." No, no, Sis Catherine. Mm-mm. So do you like that they're taking advantage of you, selling you data by the day? You like the fact that the internet keeps going on and off, the electricity keep going on and off. You have to pay gas to put in your generator. I mean, you don't have basic food. 2 out of 5 people don't have meals to eat. Your children have to sell in the street. The schools are not fit for learning. The hospitals are not affordable, and you can't even get treated if you don't have any money. um, if you like that, then that's the way how it's going to stay. But if you are tired of it, then you yourself within yourself can say, I don't think CDC, we tried them, Unity Party, we tried them, let's try Mr. Cummings, because this man has managed billion-dollar budgets before, and he knows how to bring jobs and fix these problems.
Awesome. Awesome. That is great. That was great. That was great. As a matter of fact, that was near perfect. As we, yeah. I mean, even when it comes to the timing, that was absolutely great. Catherine, I want to thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you for allowing us to get to know you a little bit better and to know exactly where LIB Future TV came from and where we hope it is going. So please, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, especially for taking time off in the middle of your day to come and
Yep.
share that with us. We appreciate that so much. I will give you a minute or two, just to go ahead and close. Unless Siddiqui has something he wants to ask you. Other than that, I won't hold you. Okay, great. I won't hold you any longer. I will allow you to just a minute or two to go ahead and close. And once again, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much. I hope Liberians will hear me when I say that it's time for change. It's time for a new day. Um, we should reject the politics of old, which is tribalism, regionalism, that Congo versus country. That's an old way of thinking. Um, that man no book, he no book, I know. Don't, that's the old way of thinking. If you keep thinking that old way, then you're gonna live in the past, the Liberia of the past. We want a future Liberia where most countries are going, right? They have functioning tourism, they have healthcare, security in their country. They're fighting corruption, clean drinking water. They have education, good schools. This is the kind of Liberia that we all want to see. So I would suggest that you stop supporting the same old people. Stop letting Larry steal from you. Don't get swindled by the same old, same old. politics of old and focus on someone, Mr. Cummings, he can bring 600,000 jobs to the country. You know, you could be working in technology, you could be working in tourism, can be working to build housing, import export jobs, microloans for market women. You know, he's going to enforce the Liberianization policy in the country so that we can own our own businesses, so that foreigners are not taking over store after store, industry after industry. And he's going to review the concession agreements to make sure that we get value for our resources. Right now, the last SONA, the president said he's still reviewing it. After 3 years, he's still reviewing the concession agreements. That's the money maker of the country. So these people, I don't have your best interests at heart. Mr. Cummings said he's going to enforce the rule of law, which is essential for businesses to come into the country and bring consistent electricity and internet. So that is my suggestion to Liberians. Start talking to your neighbors, your friends, your family now. I'm doing it too. I'm talking to my friends, my family, my neighbors in Liberia now. So you all start. You don't need a t-shirt or a hat. You don't need money to do that. Just start doing it today. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate you. Don't be a stranger. Come back to the Monday edition anytime. You're welcome. We consider you part of our Monday edition family. But for now, I won't hold you any longer. So have an awesome rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right, my dear. Okay, so there we have it, Sweetie. We had our proprietor on, and she spoke a lot. You know what surprised me the most? To be honest with you, the one that really surprised me, that she actually grew up in New York. Don't make it turn that brain. Yeah, don't make it turn that brain. Oh, yeah, that is strong. I need to bring my children for them to hear her talking. You know? Yeah, because for them they can understand that brain, they can understand it well, you know. But to talk it, to get that part outside there, down by it was
Not easy.
yeah, they want that part. They want that part, but they know the part. Because when I tell it to that brain, then they know I felt how we so, yeah. When I felt bad with no Siri can come from my mouth. I can tell it's still that brain there. So all of them understand it, so they know man. But then they hear me talking, they know straight what kind of mood I in. Yeah. But it was a great first hour, man. It was a great first hour. I really
Yeah, it was.
a lot from her. I mean, I've been interacting with her over the last month and a half, almost 2 months, going to 3 months. No, but we've never talked on this level. Usually we just talk about Future TV. We talk about, you know, what she's trying to do. We talk about, you know, the technical aspects of it. But we've never really talked about Catherine Gibson, you know. And yeah, but we got to do that today along with our audience. And I'm hoping you guys learned something new today. Look, this is a Liberian who just had a vision and she decided, look, I'm going to put this into play and, you know, other people will come around and we'll be able to get something done. And now look at it. You know, it's up and running. It's so inspiring. And I just want to inspire, just to encourage other Liberians out there. If you have a dream, if you have an idea, you have something deep down inside your belly that's burning, do not wait. Do not wait. You know, start now.
Definitely.
Okay. So there we go. Current events, man. Let's discuss Liberia a little bit. I'm really into this. I'm excited about this. There's a lot going on in the country. There's this whole thing about the DEA controversy. So as far as I'm aware, what I've been able to learn so far is that an arrest was made, right? I believe it was Watersa, and some things was confiscated. According to the new drug law, anything that is confiscated during a drug bust automatically becomes the property of Liberian government. Whether that money or that car or that plane or that ship or even the air, that Liberian government property. And amongst the things that were confiscated was cash. US dollars. Then they report king. The money that in the report, they're not the money that reached to the bank. Somewhere between the two of them, $50,000 loss.
US dollars.
US, man, I'm talking about $100, man. 50,000. So the report, what they wrote on the scene, they checked the money. 150,000 US. They said, okay, carry the money to the bank or deposit it. By the time the money reached to the bank, it was only 100,000. Yeah. And this is a security agency. This is the people that are supposed to uphold the law. These are the people that are supposed to execute the law. $50,000 breeze. Nobody can talk. You man, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, but that's Liberia right there for you, you know. And unfortunately, you maybe 3 days from now or 4 days at most, the whole case we jump to something else again. You know, it is what it is. Very, very unfortunate, you know. And if you try to investigate right now, it will be like that money disappear. No human being that you can find that took that money, you know, and nobody can pay for that, you know. But the LDA, they've been having some serious credibility issues, you know, and maybe too it derives from the amount of money but I don't even know if these are low starvers or they are big people within the LDA, you know. But to my knowledge, the guys who go on the field to do the raid, all the kind of stuff, they're not being paid well, you know, which of course is not a justification for them to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because if you're not paid well, you don't have to work, you can definitely resign. But again, you paying somebody, and the last time I checked, there was a report that 15,000 LDA officers are volunteer. So can you imagine that? How can somebody fucking judge and judge dealers? They have a lot of money. You see, so I'm a volunteer, and I go to raise. Somebody get $5,000. I get family to feed. I get children to send to school, rent to pay, and somebody go and offer me 5,000. And the work I'm doing, I'm a volunteer, meaning free. Maybe sometimes they give you a monthly stamp pay. You know, so just think about it. You put yourself in that man's shoe. It's kind of relatable. You understand the temptation they are faced with. Only a disciplined person will say, you know what, we are doing this for the sake of the country. But again, the government, this government, unfortunately, 3 years now, one of the key issues that brought this administration to power is the issue of job.
Yeah.
Kush. Everywhere Joseph Barker went during the elections, said they were going to fight Kush. And to get us to this point today where they've gone already to almost 3 years now, that there's no understanding. We don't even have a legitimate leadership. The current leadership right now is acting. At the LG, they're acting, So that means anytime the president get appointed. So it's a big issue, actually. What you just explained is not strange. Anybody listening to us here, they know that's the country we have. And it's really, really sad. Very, very sad. I hope somebody can pay for this, But the people who took the money, they're there. They were there. Now, I get kind of take that money.
I mean, let me tell you 3 things I know.
Yeah.
Right? The first thing, there's no such thing as volunteer work. That thing I get toppy. There is no such thing as volunteer work.
Yeah.
Somebody lead a horse every single day.
Yeah.
Get on motorbike. They got to pay the motorbike.
Yeah.
Motorbike don't care you for free.
Of course.
When you reach your work, the clothes you wear, you got to buy it.
Of
On the
course.
weekend, you got to wash it, you got to hang it, or you got to iron it.
Yeah.
You got to bring money home to feed your family. There is no such thing as volunteer. Just say the person now on salary. That's all you must say.
Yeah.
But that person, somehow, some way, is getting money out of that endeavor.
Yeah.
And the day they stop getting money, they will stop coming to work.
Yeah.
But as long as they are coming to work, they are getting something out of it. And I say they're accepting bribe. And I say, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's something they are getting out of it.
I agree with
If
you.
somebody is tipping them, thank
Yeah.
you, giving you something, but something they are getting out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that when it comes to the drug to do, it's not like you are a volunteer nurse where you will do something nice for somebody, you help them, care for them, and out of the kindness or the heart, they'll give you something. No, you are a drug enforcement officer. Nobody giving you anything out of the kindness or your heart. The money that you come across, that drug money.
I draw money, yeah.
That drug money. I think that drug money.
Yeah.
So that place getting you want to eat it from.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Look, my man. 500 US getting missing, 1,000 US getting missing, 3,000 US getting missing. Yes, 50,000 US I will not get missing. The B man I know about. Please, man. Liberia, I beg you, yeah. 50,000 B man I know about. That kind of eating. I beg you, please.
No, it's impossible. What you just said, nobody in jail for it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, nobody in jail.
Money that I get, you know, funny about it. If a low rank man, even attempt to tell that kind of man,
Yeah.
the B man will not jail him because he told the man.
Yeah.
The B man will jail him because he had the audacity to tell that man and he didn't get a B man some.
Yeah. You inform me.
Yeah. What? You want a man by your one, you went to jail. You're not going there because you told him out. You're going there because that money was supposed to, I the one supposed to hold that money and get you some. What? You were late today, begin? Yeah. You know, my man, but that's what it's sad, but that's what we are. Unfortunately, as a country, that's what we are, and sadly, you're right. Let me honest here, my man. Look, one or two things will happen. 2 weeks from now, we'll not even be having this discussion anymore.
Of course.
Somebody will say, "Oh, my man, you know what happened?" Because you see, in that ma, let me tell you how that ma went, right? The low guy phoned the ma. He informed his superior right away. Chief, the ma that wanted 150,000. He said, "Okay, deposit 100, bring me the 50,000." So he told the 50,000 now to the superior. When the superior got a man, he closed him with setting a man. He said they went for you and your men on the operation.
Yeah.
Then the man that he kept now, he keeping on a man for himself because he know when alarm blow, that people he got to close upstairs. Exactly. Yeah. So alarm blow now. So he closing people on the upstairs now. He said, "Gentlemen, the man of 50, I'm paying the man of 50,000. Your own." And once the people upstairs close, but in the end of the kind of say, "Oh, you know what happened?" Yeah. The first report was not the correct report. The man miscounted.
It finished.
It's that.
Where
you carrying the man? The man is security man. Where you carrying him? You're not carrying him. That operation. That's that national security issue. We cannot disclose. There's nothing we can disclose. How we got there, or what happened when we got there, or we cannot disclose anything. A national security issue, the money died. Case closed. And when we were growing, they used to call fire damage. Money die damage. When the hot boy, you get asked what did you need what did I need the hall? Yeah. I fire damage.
Agree with you. Agree.
Unfortunately, that's why we need a change, a real change in our country. Where people will be scared. Nobody's scared.
Nobody's scared. Nobody.
People are brave.
Nobody's scared.
My man, what you do to me so much? I get a man. You want a man or you want to put me in jail? That's the two questions. That's the question you got to answer. You want a man or you want to put me? Well, you put me in jail, I'm getting a man.
Yeah.
If I get you the money, not putting me in jail. Which one you want? The B man said, "I'm making no money." And he has said he's trying to hustle for himself. Tell me now. You want a man? Say, okay, hold it. That's how you want to do it. That's how you try to tell the crowd, pull you, Man, closing you, my man. Go sit down.
Even next time, they will still do the same thing.
My man, they may understand what next time mean. Next time mean don't do it. Next time mean when you do it, bring the whole matter to me. I don't want to buy it. I the be man. It's sad, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it's sad, you know.
It is.
Yeah,
But
man.
there's been a case, not even a case, but issue at the Liberia Anti Corruption Commission, the LACC. You know, some officials were accused of corruption. So the LACC, they've been investigating. So they clear off a lot of people names, which include both former officials, Nathaniel McGill, who is a senator of Margibi County, the former boss for NAFIA, Emma Glasgow,
Yeah.
and some other Unity partisans,
Yeah.
or some other Unity Party people. But what is so concerning about that is the fact that the LACC is receiving public backlash, most of whom are coming from Unity Party people, accusing them that the officials at LACC, they are operative of George Weah and CDC, and that's why they are clearing up people like McGill and Emma Glasgow and other people. But they are not talking about the other Unity Party folks who were also clear off, about the same thing. So I feel like it is a propaganda, or something that is coming across as intimidating the folks at the LACC to always want to indict opposition folks. And if you are fighting for accountability, you can't be too sentimental at that level. It have to be a broader perspective. Like LACC will not come and release somebody who is a Unity partisan, you clap, you happy. But when they release somebody who is a seditious, you mad. And you talk about their operative and all of that. So I don't know. Today they had a press conference and they clarified that the clearance the issue to McGill was not the other corruption cases, was the payroll at the executive mansion when McGill served as the Minister of State. So that's the press conference they had today. And that came in because of the different attacks they were receiving, most from the Unity Party folks. In fact, someone were threatening that they should be audited. I don't even know why they should be audited for what? Because they clear up people who are innocent. So
Wow.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, so that's a training news, by the way.
So let me see if I understand. Let me see if I understand you. So a deputy minister
Yeah.
of this United Party government
hmm
was accused of rape.
Yeah, Bill McGill.
Okay. He was accused of rape.
hmm
We didn't even see where that investigation went. Boom, they issue clearance.
Yeah.
Everybody was cool with that one.
Yeah.
Everybody accepted that one. They were fine.
Yeah.
But the thing right now, they issue Emma Glasgow clearance, then they get problem with it.
They get problem with it.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That the one they get problem with.
Yeah.
Not the one where they leg it.
Yeah.
They asked the leg 7 times. That who raped you? She said that Uncle Maggie, you know, no, that must be Maggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said Uncle Maggie. Who raped you? That Uncle Maggie.
And to top onto that, the recent chairman on the Yellow Machine Committee, Brandon Samuka, the president just appointed, he was convicted in court for stealing elder money during the former administration. And the president just appointed this man to chair Yellow Machine Committee. How many of these Unity Party people that are talking about corruption, question the president that you can appoint somebody who was convicted in court?
Exactly.
But you angry because most of them, they perceive already that Mangi is a criminal. We are not defending Mangi, but we have institutions that are independent. The LACC is one of the institutions. So when they carry on investigation, they say somebody clear off, they are clear off. If you get otherwise evidence, you can challenge it, you can bring forth to the LACC, you can look into that. Meaning they don't get evidence.
No,
they can indict people. Yeah, they can indict people out of evidence, and like bro, everybody is an expert in everything. Everybody's a lawyer. Everybody's is a medical a practitioner.
Yeah.
Every conversation has got people want to have an opinion about it.
I remember when this whole thing started and CDC accused the government of witch hunting.
Yeah,
All my United Party friend and team, they said, no. This will be an open case.
yeah,
If you do anything, what are you scared of? If you
Yeah.
do anything, they will clear you.
yeah,
That's what they said.
yeah,
If you do anything, the
No.
LSTC will clear you.
yeah,
What are you scared of? Come to the investigation. So the people came to the investigation now. The LSC cleared and then you vet. You the same person I was talking to.
yeah,
Now you
vet.
vet why they cleared. But I thought you said if the person didn't do anything, they will clear them. Now
Yeah.
they cleared it and then you vet why they cleared them. So
Yeah.
so were you really witch hunting? Was this really a witch hunt? And you had already made up your mind even before you started the investigation?
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And that's why they like bring people. These two parties, I just spoke about Samuka issue, right? So if
Yeah.
you talk about it, the you people can say CDC were targeting Samuka. So the both parties, whenever something happens, they say they wish hunting each other. So like, it's not working. They like bring people. They have to consider a tail lane because these people they continue to fight among themselves. Stealing millions or thousands of dollars from your taxes, and they blaming each other. All the other men say, "Oh, they may targeting her." Brandon Samuka went to court. He was convicted. In fact, he was denied a seat from Lofa. He won the
Yes.
senatorial election
Yes.
in Lofa. But today they're making excuse that CDC people were targeting Brandon Samuka. So now the same way too now CDC people too are accusing UP that they are targeting officials that are in court facing investigation about corruption cases. So these two parties they continue to play games. It's been 18 years. 18 years they are doing this. So it's about time that bring people we consider telling,
18 years, man. 18. That's crazy. I have a son that's 18.
Yeah.
I have a son that is 18 years old. And it's crazy that, that we are talking in these terms, It's crazy. That we are speaking in these terms. I actually have a son that was born a few days after Ellen was elected.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was born.
2005.
Yeah.
2006.
Yeah. 2000 was it 2005? Yeah.
2005 was the election, but I think she was
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
2006.
No, when she was elected. He was born in December. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And yes, man. And it's crazy. He's in college now. Yes, how far we've come.
Oh,
Yeah, the men are men now.
wow.
The men are men. Can you imagine if you're in Liberia now, you'll be qualified to vote. You'll be a
Yeah.
voter.
Of
This
course.
is how far we've come with these two parties.
Exactly.
At some point in time, we gotta take a tail name, man. At some point in time, we gotta take an exit of the
Exactly.
two parties now. They're not doing what they need to do, and it almost seems like they feel they're obligated. They feel like the Liberian people are obligated to them.
To do them.
Yeah. So, okay, you put the other put in there, different. I put our town.
Yeah.
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 When we're small,
Yeah.
we could go play football ball. When you can, when they beat your team, then you go stay on the sideline. They just waiting for them to beat the other team so you can come back again and play.
Yeah.
And, that ain't
Yeah.
it. And how they feel,
No,
but
that's how they feel. Yeah.
that cannot be the
Unfortunately,
case.
that's how they look at the yellow machine stuff. If you bring in yellow machine to solve the people problems, so what's the name of dressing all up in yellow, celebrating, calling crowd on the street, and all of that? We live here. I live here personally in Rwanda. There's a company called Zara Code. President Paul Kagame, they opened a Zara Code where they play different sporting activities. And that place opened about thousands of jobs for local Rwandese. They get hotel, basketball court, people that take care of the, clean the place and all of that. So it create a lot of job. In fact, during the opening ceremony, you have Alinko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, came here to do the opening ceremony. If not Liberia, forget it. I remember one time these guys, they said Joseph Baga had a phone call with Dangote. They posted that on the executive mansion. Just a phone call. So imagine if Dangote came to Liberia to participate in a ceremony. So they will even want to exaggerate, So if this yellow machine stuff is basically in the interest of the Liberian people, the people themselves will be a testimonial, they will be ambassador to share your message. But and mind you, the chairperson of Black Committee, Brandon Samuka, I hear you speaking on local radio that those machines will be packed and they'll be recruiting people, training them until October of this year. So I mean a whole year our machine will be packing up.
1 year straight.
You see?
You know, when you tell these things, they say, oh, you want the country to move forward. You enemy of progress. So you brought a machine.
Yeah.
Now the machine packing. Why are you looking for people
Yeah.
to train them? And that means that you're going to put what there are brand new people there. Johnny Jacka.
Of course.
Can you imagine that?
Until October.
Until October.
Yeah.
That thing what you should have done last year, January.
When the machine
You should have started recruiting. When Joseph Baga was lying about his friend in South Africa.
Yeah.
That one you should have started recruiting people.
Yeah.
Mechanics, drivers.
Yeah.
And training them. So that when the machine hit the ground, it goes straight to work.
Wow.
We are in the middle of the dry season. We gotta wait for the next dry season. So that means the rainy season will inside again.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
With the next dry season before we start clearing road, and that is only an estimate.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
a
an
business
estimate.
man. Yes, I've been in business a long time. That's only an estimate. That is, if nothing goes wrong, we'll start October.
Yeah.
Guess what, my people? There's something called Murphy Law. If something can go wrong, it's gonna go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? If something can go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. And so my guess is, Siddiqui, you and I will be sitting here next year, March. And I will ask you about the yellow machine. You'll tell me the other the 285 yellow machine, only 85 or 95 are operational. The rest of them are packing.
But let's not forget that we don't even have the 285 machines there. According to them, they brought only 137. So we're still expecting. Yeah, we're still expecting the other one. So because they're capable of bringing the first batch and they just did the other one and they just blocked.
But Ediport did it first time with the 35.
Yeah.
You know, when they made a mistake, when we come out to talk, I told them, I said, look, I'm a businessman. You get 35 yellow machine at bureau, you're not doing anything with it. Don't send it back. Just banjo it, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. No. We're not selling it. We're not selling it. So now you got to pay money to send it back.
To send it back, yeah.
Come on.
And they took that machine overnight. Everybody going to bed, they go to take it from the barrier.
Yeah.
They send it back.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't cut your losses. Banjo it to me. I want to make use out of it. Yeah. Man, the people. But let's move on, man. Look, there's this story, a pretty sad story of this Liberian guy in Ghana.
Oh yes.
That lost his life.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in Ghana that have lost their life.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people in Ghana
Mm-hmm.
that have lost their lives suspiciously. I don't know what is the Liberian government's plan when it comes to Liberians that died in Ghana and were buried in Ghana. It would be an honorable thing to bring those people home. It would be an honorable thing. They were refugees, They were refugees in a foreign land, and they died in Ghana, and there was nothing else. They had to bury it in Ghana,
Yeah.
How long would Ghana keep that land? Land is wealth.
Yeah.
How long will Ghana keep that land and say, okay, we'll not do anything to the particular property here, because the Liberian died there. Is there an agreement? Is there something that we formalize with Ghana where we can say, yes, let's sit down, sign a pact that this place will always be memorialized as this is where Liberians fleeing the war, were buried? No, there's nothing like that. So, what are we doing about that? But most importantly, this particular gentleman that lost his life, it was due to mob justice.
Yes,
That
most
is the
violent.
scary part about it.
Yeah.
Mob justice. And now we're hearing that a few people have been arrested, and that the Ghanaian ambassador, has made a statement, you know, expressing his regret on behalf of his. When the Liberian ambassador speaks for like when the Ghanaian ambassador speaks for Ghana, he
Yeah.
speaks for the president. That's why there are two people in the government that are called His Excellency, right? The president of that country and the ambassador, because when he speaks, he represents the president of the country. So he's issued his regret, and made promises and stuff like that. But what do you think, man? I mean, what happened? It was horrific.
Yeah, it's a sad situation, especially being in diaspora and then not just dying on a normal death, but being involved with people beating. I watched a video, very sad. Uh, Again, my condolences to the family. But we've seen a lot of effort from ordinary Liberians standing in solidarity with this brother. Then the government of Liberia. I don't know what the government is doing. Maybe they are working in the back that which the public is not aware of. I hope they are doing that. If not, there's a need that is stepping, because if this brother is going to be given justice, it's based on the government effort.
Yeah,
But if your citizen is killed in a kind of sad situation, then you setting up like nothing happened. Even though, because I'm seeing some fight too between Liberians and Ghanaians on the social media, which I believe is normal, because not everybody will understand things the same
yeah,
way. But it's a really really sad issues. It's a sad situation. I agree with you. Especially in a mob violence, the least the government can do is to work with the family to bring back the body, and just give him a good burial, and standing solid, making sure that he get the justice that he deserves, so that at least the family too can be. But as I learned, these guys that were arrested, I think there was a lady involved too, but she's because of her pregnancy, they said they can't arrest her and all of that. I don't know if that is true or not, but all relies on our government. The government. I've seen a lot of people, to be honest, Liberians are standing up. People are writing on Facebook. Even Liberians in Ghana, they've come together, to stand in solidarity with the late Austin. I think that was his name.
yes,
But the government has to play the role. They have to come in to to stand, to make up their presence felt in the process. Other than that, it's a sad situation actually. Yeah.
yeah, it is. And I was just trying. What I was trying to figure out is what Okay, in Liberia, you will usually see mob violence or mob justice.
Mhm,
I hate to use the word justice because it's not really justice when a
mhm,
mob takes the law into their own hands. It's not
mhm.
really justice. So I don't like to use the word justice, but mob violence. Um, but when I see in Liberia, usually it surrounds some sort of theft. You know, whether
Mhm.
it's yes, and
Yeah,
and I understand the anger of the mob.
yeah.
I understand. I don't agree with them. I don't agree with their action, but I understand why they are so frustrated with this. I mean, if
Mhm.
you open the phone line right now and say all the people who have had their phones jacked from them
Right.
before, my
Yeah.
man, when I leave from here today,
Yeah, of
when
course.
I leave from here, when I
Yeah.
leave from here today, we'll be here until probably next week with people calling in to tell us how they jack their phone, how they jack their phone. Somebody will tell you, say they ain't want to jack, but they slap me. They whistle my ear before they jack my phone. You know?
Even a motorcycle, beat them, they chop them, take that motorbike.
Yeah, take the motorcycle.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
motorcycle.
oh, it's
You know, I,
terrible.
I
Yeah.
had a friend who, her mother became sick, and she was trying to get her mother to the local clinic in the middle of the night, and she was calling around, and she couldn't get anybody to come. She couldn't get a
Wow.
keke rider. She couldn't get a motorcycle rider. All they were afraid because at certain time, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They
Oh
can't go
yeah.
to the area
Of course. Yeah.
because of the fear of the same thing. So I understand. I understand that part.
Yeah.
What I continue to ask myself is, what was the angle? What was the frustration of these Ghanaians? You know that
Yeah.
they will beat a Liberian to death.
Yeah.
What was the
Especially he was not a criminal.
not a criminal?
You know.
Like what was the angle? And it really troubled me. That such resentment and such sentiment,
Yeah.
existed in that level. The few Liberians who live in Ghana, I've talked to, they tell me, say, Mike, that as a very small group of like Ghanaians, for the most part, Ghanaians are welcoming. I live here. I don't have any issue here. Ghanaians are married to Liberians. Liberians are married to Ghanaians. And all of the we do our normal things. So I'm encouraged, but it was just concerning to me, and like you said, to the family of Austin, we want to express, our regret, our condolences. We say be strong. This young man, this young, vibrant, productive, man, lost his life in such a harsh way. Say, stay strong. We are hoping our government will do what it takes to bring these people to justice, because that is the beginning of healing. Justice is the beginning of healing. Even though you might never fully heal, but the least you can do is hold on to the fact that the people that carry on such heinous act, were
Yeah.
brought to justice. Yeah, yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Um, one of the things that the mentioned before she left was there was this train versus car accident in Liberia. I don't know if you
Yeah.
heard about it. I
Yeah.
have a colleague.
I saw the image. I don't know the
Okay,
location. Yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
a colleague of mine, he
Hmm.
had relatives in that car,
Wow.
and yeah, he had relatives in the car, and and he was the one that mentioned it. This was 3 days ago. You know,
Wow.
yeah, he told me of this tragedy. He mentioned it in the chat that we shared.
Yeah.
He told me, um, the the people in that car, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Actually, I won't say all of them, but most of them in that car had traveled to Liberia to
Hmm.
bury somebody.
Wow.
Yeah, they had traveled to Liberia to actually attend a funeral. They had
Yeah.
taken a body from here, from the US, back to
Hmm.
Liberia. That's a very familiar thing that Liberians do.
Hmm.
Especially people when they are older, they say, "I don't want to be buried here." You know,
Yeah.
yeah, this small money I've saved, please. When I pass, you'll carry me back to Liberia. You'll bury me under my palm nut tree. You'll bury me under my coconut tree. That in
Yeah.
Liberia is where I want to be buried. And they had taken their aunt back to Liberia to be buried. And it was in one of their trips.
Yeah.
That this happened. Um, I was able to see the video from the
Hmm.
train perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to see the video from the CCTV video from the train's perspective. I do not, and I was unable to get permission from him to share that video. He the one share that video with me.
Hmm.
So respect for his privacy and his grieving that he's going through right now, his loss. I didn't get permission from him to share it. So unfortunately, I'm not going to share it here. I'm going to respect his privacy. But if later on You know, he does give me that. I will post it on the page so you guys see it. You know, but when you watch that video, what you notice is that there is no there are no warning signs.
Yeah.
You know, there are no warning signs. The road that the car is traveling on is very small. There are no what gates, stop gates. What we see in other countries is that when a train is coming, right? The first thing, there are warning signs. When a train is approaching an intersection, it will blow the horn
Yeah.
to warn people. You know, pedestrians, motorists, to warn them. You know, train is in the area and the horn is very loud.
Yeah, of course.
The second thing you see, even in other advanced countries, when that train is coming, it triggers a signal, right? And the gates come down, stopping cars from passing
Yeah.
across the train track until the train passes. As the train passes, it triggers the signal again, the gates go up. The people ain't do that to them because they're crazy.
Yeah.
These are the things that they experience.
Yeah.
And they say, no, our citizens cannot continue to die like this. We need to do something. Train company. Who runs train company? You and I don't run train company in Liberia.
Yeah.
It's a mining companies that run train company. Mr. Mining Company, when you building your track, your train track, when you are how do you call it, repairing your train track, you know, when you are maintaining your train track, we need to work onto certain things to make sure these things don't happen again. We need to do that. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
If you say, okay, we get money to put electronic stop signs down and all these things, okay, fine. How about putting notices up, one, that motorists are approaching a train track? I just put a sign up. The second thing, put a sign up on the railroad so that the conductor of the train knows when he's approaching a railroad track so he can blow, alerting people. I don't know what you think about this.
No, it's a sad situation once again. I want to extend my condolences to your friend. It's very, very sad. I don't know, is that happens in Lima or Monserrado?
I was trying to I believe it's closer to Monserrado.
Oh, then it should be around the car where
Wet plane. Yeah, you know, because so you go through car where that wet plane going. It happened.
Yeah, it should be around the car where it's very sad because just as you put it, when trains usually approaching where they will be blowing a horn.
Yes.
You know, and I brought the only sound out there, but other than that, the other when we talk about, you know, and sometimes the police will be there. So unfortunately, maybe the police are not there that day. You know,
the road is a very small road.
Yeah, very small.
It's a very small road. When you see it, I was saying you the video. I was saying the video. When you see it, you can barely see the car.
Yes.
And that's another thing because the bush.
Yes,
coming onto the track.
On the track, exactly.
Yes, the bush. The train can barely go through the bush.
Yeah.
You know,
I know that car will track.
Yes.
I know that.
I mean, if we are going to have a railroad, can we maintain it? You know,
it's very sad, very, very sad.
When Boma used to bring, you get on that Boma track, space on both sides of the track, wide space. You know, there's wide space. The conductor could see where he's going. All those things. They to do the lights, the flashing lights. When the train come in, that train will be blowing the horn. I remember much younger, growing up in Liberia, there was a tragedy that happened. The great tragedy that happened concerning trains. The Melvin Pine. I think it was Melvin Pine. Melvin Pine. It was the fall of Grady Allison. One of the next to President Do, that was the strongest man in the country. After he got rid of Kuyongba and other people, Grady Allison, the Minister of Defense, was the strongest man in the country. That is the man that kept Samuel Doe in power. And everybody feared him. People fear him more than Samuel Doe. And it got to a certain point where Doe felt threatened. And so they decided to get rid of Grady. And it's very ironic because as soon as they got rid of Grady, the war started. And there was no strong man. If Grady Allison had been Minister of Defense, the war would never have gone anywhere. This war that we're talking about, it never would have gone anywhere. It would have finished where it might be done. But when he got rid of Grady Allison, he exposed himself. He exposed himself, indeed. But yeah, man, look, but what I'm seeing is that's when we really got to know about trains. How it run. But apparently this guy, this Melvin Pine guy, or Melvin Pine, I think it was Melvin Pine. He was killed and they put his body on the train track. Wow. And the train never ran that night. Yeah, the train never ran that night. Up to now, we still don't know why the train didn't run that night. Because the train will usually kill animals, deer, and other things. So if you wake up in the morning and you see blood, you just say, oh, yeah, the train hit one deer or something like that, man. But they laid that body on the train track and the train never ran that night to crush the body. So when the residents of Carwell woke up that morning, they saw a body, beheaded body on the train track. And that story went wild. And that story led to the arrest and prosecution and conviction of the Minister of Defense, Grady Allison. And yeah, it's a big thing in Liberian history, especially when I was younger, growing as a teenager, growing up, Yes, but what they did was educated us on train tracks, how the train run, the schedule, what it looked like, and all those things, and it just there's nothing. I don't understand how back in 1980 we could do it right. Back in 1970 we could do it right. In 2026 we cannot seem to do anything right.
Right.
Why are we going backwards? We should be doing not even right. We should be doing better.
Better, exactly.
Building. Say that that's how Papa did it. Yeah. Now we are doing it even better than them. But we can't keep our Papa did.
In less than 2 months, I think this is the second train track accident. The first one happened at Asilometer, and they had to. That one, it crashed people cool. The people they market women and we can be facing.
Yes, I saw that video.
Yeah. So that one, so Asilometer had to call one of these local artists, Kubazi, to go and make a song there as a sign of awareness, which is not enough. The best awareness you can do, that the suggestion is just proposed.
Yes.
Sound on the road. That when train coming, people know, so they get off the.
Make you imagine the number of people that cross that train track every day. That Carwell, like you said, that Carwell.
Yeah,
Carwell. The one whole side of Carwell, upper Carwell, that whole side you gotta cross the train track. You have to cross the train track.
Yeah.
But that's where you have it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're fast spent on time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, man.
I don't know. Jefferson are on for us to take some call.
No, I think Jefferson has been dealing with some technical issues.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was searching too, and I think they had some technical.
I'm here.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so fellow listeners, you're listening to Lib Future TV here on 95.9. You've listened to all of the conversations earlier on. Madam Catherine Gibson was here as well. And so you're there. It's time that you maybe want to have something to say in regards to the conversations, the drug that was arrested, and the cash Also, alleged 50,000 allegedly was missing, has been missing from the money as well, and other related issues. Also, the death of Austin in Ghana as well. Any of those you want to make a point on? A few minutes to go. In 8 minutes, perhaps you can do 0777 959 959 0777 959 959. Once you make your point on this, whatever you what you have to say, what do you make of all of these points as well? And of course, also the government was also brought on a little scrutiny regarding the clearing of former Minister of State now. Makibi County Senator Nathaniel McGill by the LACC. Also, what do you make of that as well? 0777 959 959 0777 959 959 0881 871670 plus 231 777 959 959 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the show tonight, and just make a point. What is it that you want to talk about? The various points that were just touched tonight. All right. So, Mr. Patmo, is back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. And if we have a caller, just let me know, and I'll put a stop. Um, I actually went through. I actually went through. CDK. I actually went through the. I just searched online, and the video I sent you, I was able to find it online. I was able to find it online on Facebook on another page, So I will attempt. To see if I can connect it, for our
Yeah.
viewers to see it. For those who are watching and following us on YouTube and Facebook to see it. But it is on Facebook. It's on Facebook. And it's not gruesome or anything, it's very clinical. It just shows the train, and it shows the hit. It shows the hit. I will attempt to bring it to you, and I will see what happens with
Yeah.
it. See what happens. But I sent it to you. I think you saw it, and pay
On what?
attention. Huh?
You send on WhatsApp or Messenger?
I sent a messenger. I sent a messenger to you.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. I just
yeah,
see
I
it
sent
now.
a messenger to you. It was
Yeah.
messenger clip there. And so I
Ah,
just
they all booster, they got to call the booster.
yes. If you see it, know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
guys, they had no
Oh,
chance because they couldn't see the train coming. The train couldn't see them coming. You know,
yeah.
neither could see each other. Neither could see each other.
So they are the one doing this video. Oh shit.
Yeah, don't cause chief.
Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, you see it, right? You see they had no chance.
Somebody survived.
Yes, people survive. People are currently hospitalized.
Wow.
Yes, people are
Hey.
currently hospitalized. You
And
know,
that's no speed the
and
train can be on. It just go and hit.
no, it'll be a small. That's not a small speed, but man,
Yeah. Oh,
it's scary. It's scary. And
yeah.
where I found it online, I won't bring it because the people that show it online, they try to claim credit for it, and it's not theirs to claim credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm not going to bring it because they put their logo, as if to say this is their video. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the people, you stop that food in there. Yeah, you stop that food.
Mr. Padmo, there's a breaking
Yes.
news coming from Ofa. Uh, DA News is reporting that armed Guinean soldiers allegedly enter Liberia. The locals accuse them of land encroachment at Liberia-Guinea border. Residents of Lofa County are accusing a group of armed Guinean soldiers of allegedly crossing into Liberian territory and attempting to claim portions of land along the Liberia-Guinea border. According to locals, The situation has raised serious concern among communities near the border area. Residents further allege that the soldiers are claiming about 1,000 kilometers of Liberian land, including areas they say fall within Foya district. They claim the incident began on March 2, 2026, when workers of BK Enterprise were reportedly held at gunpoint at the Soloma border crossing. Videos shared with Verity News appear to show growing tension in the area as the situation continues to develop. More details to follow.
Wow. Wow.
And we got the
You know,
Guinean soldiers in their uniforms with their green berets here. We're seeing a bunch of bananas and plantains and palm oil as well.
okay. Wow. That is
Wow.
that is a developing story. That is a developing story. And we'll follow that story. And whatever we learn throughout the week, we'll definitely bring it to you guys next week. Um, but and we'll close on that particular story as our time comes to an end here. But I remember reading somewhere a few days ago that this same thing happened in Sierra Leone.
Yes, in Sierra Leone, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
Guinea has encroached
yeah. Between
portion of
Guinea and Sierra Leone.
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And I've traveled. I've been lucky to travel extensively around Liberia. And one of the things I know is that when it comes to the border towns, there is no border. You
sure.
know,
No,
people
no.
that how the people live.
Yeah.
That how the people live. I remember being in Yekepa, and on Wednesday we used to go to market in Guinea. Nobody used to ask for paper. Nobody used to ask for anything. Wednesday you just cross. You go to the market in Guinea. I
Yeah.
can't remember which day was the Liberian market day, but everybody out there used to that. And then all of
Yeah.
a sudden now we see this encroachment. It's troubling. It's very
Trouble.
troubling. It's very troubling. We're hoping that the government can get to the bottom of this. It's important. We have lived in peace. You
Yeah.
know, with Guinea for a very long time. For a very long time, we have been good friends with the Guinean people, and we've managed to live in peace with them. It would be a shame um, if this evolves into anything more than just some overzealous people trying to do something other than what they are supposed to do. So we hope our government can arrest the situation, uh, and they can send an envoy to Conakry and squash this as soon as possible. But there we have it, people. Look, we've had a fun time with you guys. It's been great. It's always great. I look forward to our Mondays, hanging out with Siliki and with Jeff and the rest of you out there in radio and Facebook and YouTube land. Um, we definitely will be coming to you again next week, Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Liberian time. When I bother with the American people, guy, American people, they can't make up their mind what time they want to have. And from last week, they did not change that hour again. Yeah, man. But in Liberia, we are stable 7 p.m. Mondays, we'll be here with you for the Monday edition of the Liberia Future TV. Once again, want to thank our proprietor and our vision bearer, Miss Catherine Gibson, for taking the time out of her busy day, right in the middle of her day, to join us for an hour just to talk about herself and her dream and her vision for Liberia Future TV. I want to thank all of you for joining us and speaking with us throughout this. Don't hesitate to drop us comments. Let us know your suggestions, your critique. We invite it. We're not letting government. We want for you to criticize us. If
Yeah.
you we don't just be telling oh great job, great job. I don't read great job. Let me be honest with you. I want to see great job in your part way. I want the critique. I want for you to tell me, say, oh Mike, you know what? You could have done this a little bit better. Oh Mike, you could have worked on this time a little bit better. You could have opened the phone lines a little bit earlier. That's one thing I noticed today for myself,
Yeah.
You could have announced this from the beginning of the show so that people who are with you, they and want to call, they know, that at a certain point I'll be able to call and won't be able to catch them off guard. So we'll continue to take stock of ourselves, what we are doing. We invite you to also assist us in that process. This is how we'll get better. Okay, Sidiki, the
Yeah.
people
Yeah, again, it was a great interaction. Almost 2 hours now we've been here.
Yes.
Good show. Hope to see all of you again next Monday. It's always good to be here with you, Mr. Pablo. I hope this show was kind of educative today, insightful from your end. You listen to us through the video, and thanks to all of you in the comment section on Facebook for your kind words. As Mr. Padmo said, your feedback too sometimes will be highly appreciated. Not always, thank you, good job, and all of that. Yeah, we are open to feedback, suggestions on how we can improve. But great show, and looking forward to next Monday again.
Awesome, awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, man, and your expertise and your professionalism. We don't take that for granted. We thank you, and we hope that God pay you. We don't get money cheap, but we hope that God pay you. Okay.
Certainly, certainly.
All right, thank you guys. Have a
Right.
great week, and we'll see you all next week.
LIB, stand up. Take me back to Liberia, where the drums still play my song. Take me back to my homeland. It's the place where I belong.
LIB Future TV.